Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtiwada. In this video, we will learn about scope of variables in JavaScript. So we learned about var variable, let variable, and constant variable, and now we will learn about them in a deeper way, how we can execute them inside a function and how we can execute them inside a for loop or if conditions or a block statements. So let me go here. Now let me create a for loop. For example, I have a for loop where var I is equal to 0 and I less than some 5 value I plus plus, and I have some console.log of that I value. So let me show that value I and let me save this. Now after this execution it comes out of that for loop, and let's print that I value whether it is accessible or not. So let me use done, and I want to check the I value. So let me save this. Now before doing this, let's check what is the value. So value you got 0 1 2 3 4, and then it executed out because by the time it reaches 5 the condition is false. That means whenever it became false the I value became 5. So let's see whether that 5 is accessible out of that for loop. So let me go here and execute this and save this. So now you can see done is 5. That means whenever you are using a var variable, the scope of the var variable here will take its parent, because for loop or if condition or a switch case they are considered as a block level statements, and that's why the var variable is not at a block level statement. It is either at a functional level or at a script level. So here we don't have a function, so it is carrying as a script level. That's why you are able to see this var. How to solve this? We can solve this by using other two variables, but which has to be used in this situation. The thing is we have to use only let variable. Why? Because if you are using a const variable is a fixed variable and you can't increment or you can't decrement. So our answer is let variable. So whenever I use the let variable, it is a block level scope. That means that scope of that variable will be only within this for loop. Once it comes out of the for loops, it will be in a dead state. So let me execute this. Now you can see there is a problem, like I value is not defined. That means it is not able to get out of the let variable. So one thing we have to remember is var is not a block scope, where let and const are block scopes. So that we are clear. Now let's go with the functions. So for example, I'm keeping the same thing inside a function, like function loop, and let me use this function. Let me put all that for loop inside this. Now let me make it as var, and let me try to print here console.log of inside function comma I want to display that value as I, and here at script level, and here it is at loop level. So let me save this and execute this. So now you can see the values over here. So first thing is it displayed all the values. Instead of seeing here, we'll go to the browser. It will be easy for us to navigate and check. So let me go into the console and let me clear this off, refresh. Okay, now it is showing I is not defined. That means here whatever the I is not defined, it is showing at line number 8. If you see this, the line number 8 is showing at script level and it is showing I is not found. Why? Because the problem is the var variable is accessible till here and not at the script level, because already we have a function at the top level. So this var variable will be at the functional level. How this exactly works? The working mechanism is a var variable will hoist. As I mentioned in the previous videos, var variable will hoist and it will create a space with an undefined value, and then it will start reassigning. So whenever you are declaring any of the var variables inside a function, the hoisting will be on the top of the function. That means it will not go on top of to the script. It will just go here and it will create that variable. So now let me comment this and check. Let me go here and refresh. Now you can see the console. Let me go here, refresh. It is not showing the consoles. Let me, okay, we have to call this. Let me call this and save this, and this one let me enable. Now go here and you can see loop level it worked, inside the function it worked, but when it comes to the global state it is getting failed. That is I is not defined. That means what we understand is the scope of the var variable is not a block scope that is already defined, but can be a functional or script level scope, whereas let and const are block scopes that will work only within this particular block. So if I'm writing at the function, it will work till that function level. If I am writing at the for loop, it will work only for loop. For example, I have explicitly given let I is equal to 0. Now it will work as expected, but it will fail here. Now go here and clear refresh. The same output we got as same as var, but the var will be automatically hoisted, whereas let will not hoist. We have to explicitly give that. So whenever you don't want to go with a hoisting, you can use let and const can't be hoisted. So we can use let or const. And if we want hoisting, we can go with var. Var can be hoisted. So that is about your let and const with hoisting aspects. So one more thing is, let me go and create var abc is equal to sample, and let me print console.log of window.a. Save this. Now you can see, let me go here and refresh. You got undefined here abc. We have to use abc. I used a, so it is showing undefined. Let me refresh. You can see that sample value. So whatever the sample value I gave, it is shown. For example, let me give the let variable and save this. Now go here and clear this and refresh. It is giving the undefined. That means all the var variables will be on the top of the window object, but let and const will not be on the window object. Let me use this const. Save this and go here. You can see undefined. But whenever you are using var, it is showing on the top level. So let me revert this back to our comments, and you can see now there is one more point. Var can be hoisted on the window object, but const and let will not be on window object. So we have to be very clear with these 3 points to understand the scope of the let, const and var variables. So that's about your scope of variables in JavaScript. Hope this will give you a glance and clear understanding about variables and their scopes. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.